Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another Valheim guide. In this video, folks, I am going to show you how to farm this right here. Now, this can be found in the marshlands where, of course, we fight bone mass or the swamp. And, of course, this will spawn the Surtlings, which will drop the Surtling Cores as well as some coal. Now, of course, we can use the water around them to pretty much kill them kind of almost instantly. I mean, they die pretty quick anyways, but we will turn this into an auto farmer. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is to dig around them so that when the NPCs spawn, they spawn straight into the water and they end up taking damage and more or less die. And now, of course, there's a leech right there, so I'll have to deal with that wonderful thing trying to get to me. We don't want to have any problems. Thank God I've got a hammer. Just want to make sure that nothing's going to complicate it. Now, we do want to go fairly deep here because we will build a bit of a structure just to keep them in this area contained. And then we will just regularly come around and pick up all the stuff that they drop. So, yeah, I'm going to make this a fairly big area that I'm going to dig out. Oh, we have a swamp thing right there. Ooh, a blob. So, yes, as I said, we want to go fairly deep. Now, one thing we want to keep in mind is that the swamp is more or less level with the sea level. So, we want to go to the depth where we struggle to walk like this, but not deeper than that because we don't want to be swimming in here. We will be placing the stone foundations, and so they are pretty chunky. And so we have to account for the fact that we still want water underneath our feet once we place the stone foundations down. So if we build it or dig down deep enough though so that we are already struggling to walk but not yet swimming in it, that should be enough clearance for the foundations to be in the ground but still have water at the feet. So right now I'm just making sure that I am struggling to walk in the area. I mean, oh, there we go. Yeah, see, that's exactly what we're aiming to do right there. So we're basically just using the natural environment against the NPCs, and so this will become a auto spawner. Now, of course, you can build a fob type of thing or a collection house or whatever you want to call it, something where you can store all this information. Now, of course, the fire does do damage, not a lot to worry us too much. And of course, you also have to bear in mind the hostile NPCs. Now, one thing I do recommend here is when you do build up your base, and I'll show you later in this video, or your small collection point where you can store all the stuff, I suggest that you build within a distance of this, simply because there might be some items, some base items that may interfere either now or later as things get added into the game with the spawn of the Surtlings. So we don't really want them to stop spawning, basically. That's the aim. So this is a bit high up here, so we'll go further down like so. That'll do. Oh, there's another one that just died out. We are slightly swimming there, but that's fine. Right, so I'm going to try and kind of place this so that the corner is right where the fire comes out the ground. We do have sufficient depth here. It doesn't matter if the ground underneath is not flat. We're not really that bothered about that. Like so. And we will place another one on this end. So I'm going to try and build a fairly decent size. This is going to be kind of like a cage if you want. I mean, they won't get out of here, the Surtling Cores, because the Surtlings, because of course they'll die before they even leave anything. But the other thing is we don't want any other NPCs coming into here. So, you know, we want the Surtlings to spawn in, take damage from the water, die out, and then just drop the resources that they drop. And so that's kind of what we're aiming. So we're going to enclose it in some way. Of course, we also want easy access into the... Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. We also want easy access into the farm cage, if you want to call it, farm enclosure. Right there, I need to dig a bit, so that's fine. Can't place that one down because it's a bit too high. I think this will do. Oh, there we go. Sometimes I do place a bit wonky, so we'll just correct that when that happens. So right there, and we're just going to put some walls around it. We're only going to go with one tall. We don't need to do anything fancy, and that should pretty much end the build. So this is what it looks like. It's taken a bit of time. I think I've been here for about maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and we already have some resources. I also built up a little thing up there in the tree, and this is what I suggest you do. I would strongly advise building further away from where your farm is, just so that the spawn of the creatures is not affected. So here we have it. I'm going to show you what I got from the time it took me to just build this little enclosure. I've placed some chests and kind of stored everything here. So these are all these Surtling cores that I have gathered, and this is all of the coal that I've gathered, I'd say within maybe 20 to 25 minutes. So of course that makes life that much easier with regards to getting coal, which is needed for the smelters and stuff like that, as well as the Surtling cores, which are needed for the portals. Not that difficult, easy to farm. Does not mean you have to go in dungeons anymore, and you just come and collect what you find. So with that being said and done, that is pretty much it for this video, folks. I'm going to end it here. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so they get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links, of course, you can find down below in the video's description. And until next time, stay safe, folks.